In this video, we will discuss whether a woman should prioritize herself or just work according to someone else's conditions. This video will also be in a form of Q&A like our previous one, and we will discuss some of the common but not so commonly discussed questions. So, let's jump right into our question number 1. Question 1. Should a woman sacrifice her own priorities just to get a man? The straight answer to this question is no, not at all. And I will elaborate why you shouldn't change your routine just for the sake of a man's attention. We, as women, think that if my partner or my boyfriend or the man I like calls me and I miss his call, it will turn him off. That's why no matter how many plans I have to cancel, I will cancel all of them just to attend his call. I will cancel my hair appointment, my gym session, I will stop spending time with my friends, and if needed, I will give up my career because my only priority is my man. But this mindset is not good at all. When you stop thinking about your happiness, your priorities, and what you like in general in your life, and your only focus is your boyfriend or your man, then eventually it turns him off because then he starts questioning to himself about who she really is. What does she want in her life? What is her goal in her life? And all. You start losing your independence and you just follow the pattern of sleeping with each other every night. But he will not be happy to be there at all. Because men like things they have made efforts for. If you are a woman who fell for a man first, who was so desperate to spend nights and nights with him, after some time, he will ditch you and will start looking for another woman out there because he had not to make any efforts in things like making you happy, convincing you, and so on. That's why being a little bitchy girl comes in handy because a bitchy girl never changes her routine just because she has to attend someone's call. If she is his priority, he will call again for sure. But if not, then she doesn't really care. Unlike a nice girl, she just walks in her own slow pace and she keeps her promises. If she promises her friends that they will go out for a dinner night on Friday, she will not cancel her plan because a guy wants to go on a date with her on Friday evening or night. But she will politely say, "Hey, I do want to come with you, but I have my plans already and I can't cancel that out. So, let's just get together some other day." And there you go. Instantly, you have turned him on because you made him realize that a man isn't your only priority at all. You have your personal life as well and your personal routine as well that you will not change just to go out with him. So, the moral of this whole question is never change your routinely chores just to see a man because if he prioritizes you, he will try his level best to show how much he adores you and he will find the time to do so. You will not need to change anything or you will never need to chase him. Remember this, a feminine energy is all about receiving, loving, emotional, soft and creative, and you will attract what is best for you. If you try to chase, you will lose his interest. But if you attract, you will be able to attract a man you admire the most or you like the most. So, don't chase and don't change yourself just to impress others. Question 2. How to be satisfied with your own life instead of trying to fill the void with the help of a man. Firstly, you need to understand that having a control of your life in your hands is so important that you can't compromise in that. But when you start acting in a way you are not, just to impress a guy, you start losing that control. In case of men, they will hardly understand how much you have already sacrificed for them or how much you are sacrificing for them. And you are doing so just to get something better in return. You are changing your day to day task because you are thinking that it is gonna please him, and in return, he will do the same for you. But it doesn't happen at all. You will want his full time attention, his presence around you everywhere, but it will never gonna happen. Instead, he will start feeling suffocated around you. He will run from you, give you excuses, and will do things that will keep him away from you. But when you become a little bitchier girl who doesn't expect anything from anyone, just do things she likes, you turns him on. When he doesn't feel any mental pressure from you to go anywhere or not to go anywhere, he respects you. He feels life around you because he doesn't really have to force himself to stay around you, to do the things you like and go wherever you want. He will come to you instead of running from you. In this way, he will automatically be attracted by who you really are. Let's say you are interested in arts and crafts, and every Saturday you go to attend an arts and craft class, but he wants you to come with him on Saturday. You politely refused him because of your priority set by you already. He will start scratching his head and will start thinking she would rather go to an art class than be with me. It will not only attract him but also blows his mind. When you love your life with or without him, this is when he will accept and value you for who you are. So, you should be more secure in men's eyes and should be content with your life. Don't expect that there will be a Prince Charming coming for you in a dark night to save you from all your problems in life. Instead, take the charge of your own life. Try to make yourself stronger enough that you don't really feel the need of someone else's shoulder when life hits you back and forth. So, here are some tricks you should follow. Like, you should value your priorities, preferences, and values. You should act as your own guide. You should not be obsessed with his opinion, approval, or disapproval. You should be confident enough to feel good around yourself. His mood shouldn't have that much impact on you. You should always treat your interest as a major thing. These are your things, and you know the value of these very well. So, don't let anyone come and run over your likings. You should only sacrifice when it is reciprocal, unlike a nice girl who gives too much first and then negotiates reciprocity later. So, the moral of this second question is, do not ever depend on someone else for your satisfaction. Instead, take a pause, look back, and see how much you have already achieved and how much hard work you are putting now to achieve what you want in life, and be satisfied with all of that. Do not seek someone else's opinion to be happy, grateful, and content in life. Be grateful, satisfy from deep within, from your heart. Question number 3. How should be the initial days of dating look like? First of all, as we discussed before, you must set the pace and keep your own rhythm. Even if he is an incredible guy and you feel great temptation, don't give him all of your time. So, in the beginning, just try to see him two-thirds of the time that he asks. Force yourself to keep your routine as you had before. You shouldn't make him feel that you are an aimless girl and you don't have any goals in your life. Work on your goals as you used to do before and let him know that you have so many important things to focus on in your life. But once you lose your rhythm, you will lose the control of your life and you will become needy. It doesn't really mean that you should be an arrogance girl if you are following your routine and if you are not working according to someone else's conditions. For example, if you are not feeling something good about yourself or you just want a me time with yourself alone. If you want that, just cancel the late night date politely by saying, "Hey, I just want some me time to freshen up my mind. So let's meet someday else." After that, you can just turn off your phone, give yourself a long hot shower, can do some body movements or yoga, or just spend some time in reading your favorite book, or you can watch your favorite show. But the point here is to listen to yourself, your mind, your body, and then act accordingly. Don't just be open to someone else saying. Be conscious about your own intuitions. There is nothing wrong in taking care of yourself, and you don't need to explain anything to anyone. Do whatever you think is good for yourself as long as it's not harming others. When a man treats a woman with disrespect and she takes it, he begins to lose respect for her. A little bitchy girl prioritizes herself over melting into someone else. Because of this, her no means no and her yes means yes. The aim here isn't to be obnoxious but to be clear. Be clear with yourself, be clear with other person. Don't just waffle around or turn the things around. Men like direct communication and they like women who is clear and direct. Let's say if you are planning your first date, don't just be nice and say, "Hey, come whenever you want. I'll always be waiting for you." Rather, be clear with him. "Hey, please let me know 10 or 15 minutes before if you are going to be late so that I can make another arrangements. Don't waste my time." If he is not respecting your time and values, wait for him for 10 to 15 minutes and then leave that place and start your routinely task. Your priorities and your time should be important to you first. Then he will realize the importance of them. You don't know this, and he will also not tell you. But your true power is marked by these four things: your pace and your movement towards your day to day activities, knowing who you actually are and what you will and you will not accept, having the ability to make quick decisions for yourself, and having a lot and lot of self control, because your true power is control you have over yourself. So, the moral of this question is try to see him as less as you can in your initial days of relationship, because you never know if that person is gonna stay in your life or not. So don't run behind pleasing that person and continue doing whatever you were doing before meeting him. Tell him not by words but by your actions that your time is precious for you and you will never gonna waste that at any cost, no matter if he likes that or not. Self love can be selfish for others, but that's okay. You don't need to prove yourself in front of others. Be true to yourself. Be confident with what you are, who you are, and stop chasing and start attracting. You shouldn't give up yourself and don't start living on someone else's conditions. That's the worst thing you will ever do to yourself if you live on someone else's conditions. Take the charge of your life and be content with yourself and with your life. So, if we conclude this video or this learning, we learned these things today. Number 1. Keep your routine as it was even after meeting with your Prince Charming because he wants to know who you really are. What are your goals in life? What are your hobbies in life? What are your priorities in life? And if you know and you respect your time, values, and priorities, he will automatically start respecting you. Number 2. Be satisfied with your life. Don't try to see that your life has a void that can only be filled by someone else. No, never think that and be always happy, content, and grateful for what you have. Of course, you shouldn't stop growing in life, but you must stop chasing for someone else's attention and must start focusing on yourself. Loving yourself can be selfish for someone else. So let it be. You know what you are doing, and as long as it's not harming someone, go ahead and keep doing your part. And last, number 3, try to see him only 2/3 of the time he asks. Avoid that long phone calls as we discussed in our previous videos as well, and stop sending him messages or texts too often. Let him come to your way. You should focus on your life instead of pleasing a guy who you don't even know is gonna stay in your life or not. So, again, the same thing. Focus on yourself and your life and stop chasing. I hope you liked today's video. Tell me your thoughts in the comment box, and if you are liking this content, make sure to give these videos a big thumbs up and make sure to check other videos on this channel too. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my efforts. Good luck and stay safe.